Hi folks, and welcome to Impactful Life. My name is Rob, and we're so thankful that you're visiting our channel. Here, we help folks just like you make an impact and lead a full life. Today, we're going to continue our discussion of Dr. Stephen Covey's remarkable book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. Now, each of the 7 habits in this book builds on the previous one. So if you haven't been following along with this series, you may want to go back and start at the beginning with the first habit that we discussed, which is to be proactive. Today, we're going to shift our focus to the second habit, so stay tuned and we'll tell you what it is right after this. Welcome back. Now let's make an impact. In his book, The 7 Habits of Highly Effective People, Dr. Stephen Covey lays out a framework for designing a life based on principles that can significantly impact a person's overall effectiveness. Habit 1 is to be proactive, and we went into great detail on this habit in our last 3 videos. Today, we're moving on to habit 2, which is begin with the end in mind. Now, if you follow this channel, you've heard me talk about this concept before. It is imperative that you know where you're going so you can figure out the best way to get there. To begin with the end in mind simply means that you start with a clear understanding of your destination or what it is that you want to accomplish. I mean, can you imagine someone trying to build a house without a blueprint? Have you ever tried to pack for a vacation without knowing where you're going? Of course not. How about trying to raise a child without a clear picture of what kind of person you want them to become? Let's say you're on an airplane, and shortly after takeoff, the pilot comes on and says, "Ladies and gentlemen, we're now cruising at an altitude of 30,000 feet. Just out of curiosity, where are we taking you?" That would be unsettling to say the least. Yet this is how too many of us go through life. We have no destination in mind. We have no purpose, no goals, no direction. We have no idea where we're going. Now, as Dr. Covey says, we're working harder and harder to get up the ladder without even considering if it might be leaning against the wrong wall. Let me ask you, how much time do you spend thinking about the future? Do you have a clear vision of what you want to accomplish in your life and a plan to figure out how you're going to get there? Well, if so, congratulations, because you are in the minority. Most people focus on what they have to do just to get through the day or make it to the weekend without much thought as to what their life is going to look like 5, 10, or 20 years down the road. If you don't know where you're going, then you don't need a map because any road will get you there. Dr. Covey says that what we really need is a clear destination and a compass of guiding principles and a vision to give our life direction. He suggests an exercise where you picture your own funeral and you visualize your friends, family, and coworkers getting up and talking about you and how they remembered you. What do you want the people in your life to say about you when you're gone? Do you want to make a positive difference in other people's lives? Well, if that's the end goal, what are you doing to get there? Now, I'm not trying to be morbid here. I'm trying to get you to think about what kind of spouse, parent, friend, or coworker you want to be. Hopefully, it will make you stop and think about whether or not the way you're living your life is going to result in people saying what you would like them to say about you when you're gone. Now, I realize this is not an easy exercise to do, but it will give you insight into what is truly important to you. If you want to stop the video and think about it for a moment, feel free. Close your eyes and really think about it. If you do, you'll open your eyes and see the world a little differently. The trick, of course, is to work backwards to make that vision a reality. Beginning with the end in mind is a habit that not only deals with the big picture, but also with anything you want to accomplish, no matter how small. Any task or project that you're working on needs to have a clear picture of what you wish to achieve. Without it, you'll struggle to know what you should be doing next. You'll most likely spend way more time than you would have if you'd have just planned better. If you remember, habit 1 told us to be proactive, to take responsibility for our life and the direction it's headed. Dr. Covey uses a computer analogy when he says that habit 1 says, you're the programmer. Habit 2 says, go write the program. But keep in mind that proactivity needs directions. Taking initiative is very different from acting on impulse. We all know people who live their lives without thinking too much about the consequences of their words or actions. And you'll probably recognize them because they say things like, I'm just telling it like it is, or I just call it like I see it. They're not beginning with the end in mind. They're too busy keeping it real. Imagine you and I are hanging out at a pool and somebody jumps off the high dive. And I turn to you and I go, man, that looks like fun. I'm going to do that. You turn to me with a puzzled look and you're like, you don't even know how to swim. And I say, yeah, I'll worry about that when I hit the water. Well, I mean, that sounds crazy, but that's how a lot of people live their lives. Don't be in too big of a hurry to jump out of a plane that you forget to put on a parachute. Begin with the end in mind. Visualize the outcome you want and then work backwards to make it happen. Know your destination, but keep your eyes on the road. So that's habit 2. Now in our next video, I'm going to be sharing one of my favorite quotes that captures the nature of this habit perfectly. So I hope you'll join us for that. Don't forget to pick up a copy of this remarkable book if you don't already own one, so you can follow along with our series. You'll find a link to purchase it in the description below. Begin with the end in mind so you can make an impact and live a full life. So that's it for this week's video. Don't forget to click the little red subscribe button and please give us a thumbs up if you enjoyed this. Feel free to make an impact on somebody else by sharing this video, and don't forget to follow us on social media. Be sure to visit our website. There you can find our blog and you can sign up for our free monthly newsletter. All of those links will be in the description below. Hey, thanks again for watching. Now go make an impact.